everybody, it's Jang here from ultimaterc.com with a little bit of a wrap-up of my testing results and experiences with this Turnigy Nano-Tech hardcase 5600 mAh 50C battery pack. It's a 2-cell from hobbyking.com. Customers in North America can finally get these from the US warehouse, and they cost about $36, just under, and they ship for under $6. It says here you can charge them up to 8C, but that's over 40 amps. I always charge mine at either 1 or 2C if I'm in a hurry. This pack does have 4mm terminals on it for the normal discharge and a 2mm balance adapter, and it does come with leads with a Align style balance adapter, but there is no connector attached to these wires. You have to supply your own connector and solder it up yourself. Compared to my normal benchmark Genzace 5000 mAh 40C pack, the Turnigy Nano-Tech 5600 mAh 50C looked very similar until you got a little bit later on in the cycle. That's where the superior capacity of the Nano-Tech pack allowed it to pull clearly into the lead on voltage. On recharge, it took 5570 mAh. For real-world testing, I put this into my Axial EXO, which is sort of like a extra heavy short course truck with a slightly different body style. 4-wheel drive powered by a 10-shock SC411 motor, big old 4-pole 550 size can. In back-to-back testing against my benchmark Genzace pack, I had a little bit of trouble telling the difference between the two. If anything, it felt like the Nano-Tech had just slightly less punch than the Genzace. The difference was so small that I actually retested on several different days with different tires and under different weather conditions, and tried swapping the order in which I tested the two batteries back to back. No matter what I did, it felt like I was having to use just a little bit less throttle input with the Genzace pack, but it was just an insignificant difference though. The one thing that was undeniable is that I was getting a little bit more runtime from the Nano-Tech pack, as expected, and it was about a 1-minute difference. Based on what I was seeing and feeling, it seemed like the Nano-Tech pack gave me just a little bit better value than the Genzace pack, with higher runtime and also a lower cost if you can get it from the US warehouse. One thing that bothered me though is that if you go to Google and you do a little bit of online searching for Nano-Tech Puff or Nano-Tech Puffed, you can find quite a number of stories of these things giving up the ghost after between 30 and 50 cycles. And a lot of the accounts that I read were from people that sounded like they knew what they were doing and had well documented exactly what they had done with their packs. And there seemed to be a consensus that the regular Turnigy batteries, not the Nano-Techs, but just the plain ones, the lower rated ones, perform comparably but last much longer. I haven't been able to put 50 cycles through my pack yet, but I did put 20 cycles through it, and already it's showing signs of degradation. The change in voltage sag didn't really bug me that much, however the change in capacity is a little bit worrying. I've already lost almost 400 mAh. All told, I think for the price this is a decent battery if you are not going to be working it really hard. The moderately heavy 4-wheel drive vehicle that I was testing with a 550 sized brushless motor in it, draws a little bit over 30 amps on average, drying up a pack like this in 10 to 11 minutes. I would recommend using the Nano-Tech 50C pack in 20 amp average discharge applications, like 2-wheel drive vehicles on hard pack or 4-wheel drive vehicles on loose surfaces. Under heavy strain, this pack just doesn't seem to be holding up. Well, that's all I've got on this one. Thank you for watching. I hope that was useful info for you. And if you have questions or comments about any LiPo battery packs, be sure to post them up in the Electronics and Batteries forum at ultimaterc.com. See you there.